Oh, 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 no.
I don't need negative energy, wrap me in positive synergy. I have been doubted through life, been never done it with trifling people who told me my style will not work. I told them they wrong, they're struggling too long. This song is for you, I'm proving you wrong.
Get out my way, get out my way, get out my way, get out my way.
I'm a genuine person. Like if I love you, I love you. If I don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. It's as simple as that.
What you doing? Where you at? Oh, you got plans. Don't say that. Shut your trap. I'm sipping wine. In a robe. I look too good to be alone. My house clean. My pool warm. Just shake smooth like a newborn. We should be dancing, romancing in the east wing and the west wing of this mansion. What's happening? I am playing no games. Every word that I say is coming straight from my heart. So if you're trying to lay me down, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open. That you feel the way I feel and you want me like I want you tonight, baby. Tell me that you're coming through. Ooh, you're so sweet, so tight, I won't bite unless you like. If you smoke, I got the haze. And if you're hungry, girl, I got the lace. Ooh, baby, don't keep me waiting. There's so much love we could be making. I'm talking kissing, cuddling, rose petals in the bathtub. Girl, it's jumping, it's bubbling. I ain't playing no games. Every word that I say is coming straight from the heart. So if you're trying to lay down, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open. That you feel the way I feel and you want me like I want you tonight, baby. Tell me that you're coming through.
good morning, everybody. Welcome to Atmos in the Morning. Man, how y'all doing this morning? Man, listen. Oh, it's a beautiful day. If you are here right now, I want you to know you are so blessed. No matter what happens in your day, no matter what happens, thank God for blessing you to be here to go through it, okay? Y'all, today we're going to talk about a couple of things. Let me see who up in here this morning. Good morning, Just Videos. You was the first one in here. Okay. Rocking with the truth. Good morning. Lenice Robinson, good morning. Yes, you are in time. Mom Life Love, good morning. Miss Tracy Wallace, good morning. How are you, Ashley? Good morning, Ashley Williams. How are you? 100 devices is in the building. April Dick. Riri said, let's do this. Oh, it's your Friday. Okay. That's what's up. All right, hold on. And T-Bound 1 is in the building. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for getting up early with me. So, y'all, today we're going to cover a couple of things that I think are very important. As y'all know, we do cover a lot of the R. Kelly case, right? And we do get into a lot of things that, are very important as far as protecting people who really can't protect themselves. Defending people who don't really have a voice. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people will go to platforms to get their ideas out because they don't have a big enough way to reach people. So I'm also very big on encouraging people to have like personal business. Like if you have a small business or you have a business, even if it's not small, and you just want to get some more reach. And if there's anything I can do, I mean, my channel's not the biggest channel, but by the grace of God, it is growing. So if you ever want to say, Atmos, can I come on and talk for about 5 minutes about my business? Of course you can. I've had people come on before that have t-shirt businesses, that have eyelash businesses, and I do allow people to use this platform to help push their product out. So any of y'all out there say, Atmos, yo, I got a business I want to come on. No worries. You can always do that, okay? All right. What time does that come on, Ashley Williams? What time does the interview come on? What time is that CBS interview? I want to know that. All right. What's going on, April Showers? How you doing? You said, I take my vaccination today. Been drinking fluids and eating. Okay. All right. Congratulations, Miss April Showers. Congratulations. Yeah, y'all, if you could please hit that like button on the way in. So, y'all, here's a couple of things I want to talk about. Hey, what's going on, Miss Thomas? How are you? So, y'all, these are some crazy things, right, that I be finding on the internet. So I like to go over these things with y'all. Now, for people that do a lot of traveling, okay, or that are planning on traveling pretty soon, you want to know what's going on with this right here. Let me share this with y'all. Share. All right. So they have some new travel restrictions coming up right before the holidays. So I want y'all to know what's going on so y'all ain't surprised when y'all go to the airport. Here we go.
Join music director Esa-Pekka Salonen, collaborative partner Esperanza Spalding, Alonzo King Lines Ballet, and the San Francisco Symphony for reopening night. An inspiring celebration with complimentary sparkling wine before the concert and a festive after party on Grove Street featuring drinks and bites by local restaurants and a live DJ. Millions of Americans fly around the country during the holidays. COVID cases tend to spike after those trips.
Movement of people definitely leads to an increase or bump in cases. And we've seen that so many times in the last year. Whenever there's a holiday.
Hoping to end the trend, Senator Dianne Feinstein tweeted, "We can't allow upcoming holiday air travel to contribute to another surge in COVID cases. Today, I introduced legislation requiring passengers on domestic flights to be vaccinated, test negative, or be fully recovered from a previous COVID illness."
Increases that safety zone a little bit more.
UCSF infectious disease expert Dr. Peter Chin Hong says the policy would help reduce the spread of COVID.
100% it's time. Other people are doing it. We've certainly been doing it as a country for international travel.
I'm surprised they haven't done it already.
At SFO tonight, passengers we talked to say they're on board.
Oh, absolutely. 1,000%. Because I mean, you're so close. It's a lot of very, very close people.
It would make me feel much safer flying, knowing that people have been vaccinated.
Senator Feinstein is hoping to have new rules in place before Thanksgiving, but the bill has to work its way through the legislative process, and the FAA would have to establish procedures. Jean Ellie, NBC Bay Area News.
So y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? If you plan on making some trips, you know what I'm saying? Make sure. Okay, Ashley Williams says 7. Okay, I read 7 this morning or 5 this evening. So I'm making sure it's not missed. That's awesome. Hey, how you doing, Miss Lysandra Garrido? How are you? At Miss You Have Become the Show I listen to in the morning for the past week. Such a positive spirit you have. Thank you for starting. Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much. So what this is saying, y'all, is they're about to put in some real strict travel restrictions for people that want to fly. Okay, now, I did fly during this COVID situation, and it is, man, listen, you are packed in, right? Especially people sitting there waiting for the plane. People be coughing. Soon as somebody cough, everybody like this. Right? Those are just the times we live in, right? What's up, Latrice B? Good morning, Queen. Good morning. What's up, It's Quite Shy? What's going on? What's going on, Charlotte McAdams? How you doing? Nettie Boo is in the building. So y'all, hey, Tammy Beckham, good morning. So listen, like this is really, it's people are really focused on making sure that people are vaccinated. And I know it drives some people crazy because they feel like, man, they're trying to force us to do this. They're trying to force us to do this. Hey, we'll see if it gets passed. It's still got to pass legislation. So that's just a proposal. So we'll see. What's up, Leanna Stenson? How you doing? Aisha Smith, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, y'all, something else that I found to be something that people might want to pay attention to, because a lot of times something will start in one place and then it'll trickle down into other places. Once one area passes a law or something, that's when it kind of trickles down. So I want y'all to be aware. I never want y'all to not be aware of what's going on. So that's why I share things with y'all. So y'all will be like, oh my God, I didn't know this or I didn't hear this. Y'all can say y'all heard it on Atmos Show. Okay. So here we go, y'all. New York healthcare workers who are fired for refusing to get vaccinated aren't eligible for unemployment benefits in most cases. Now, hospital and adult care and long-term care workers had until Monday to get an initial COVID-19 vaccine dose. Employees at New York State hospitals, adult care, and long-term care facilities who were fired or who are fired or quit because they don't want to follow the state's vaccine mandate for healthcare workers won't be allowed to collect unemployment benefits in most cases. Absent a valid request or accommodation, these workers won't be able to collect unemployment benefits because these are workplaces where an employer has a compelling interest in such a mandate, especially if they already require other immunizations, according to the New York Department of Labor website. Hospital and adult care and long-term care providers had until Monday to get an initial COVID-19 vaccine dose under an executive order former Governor Andrew Cuomo announced on August 16th. It's up to employers to develop a plan for implementation of the mandate and what happens if its employees do not comply. Erin Silk, a spokesperson for New York's Health Department of Health, told MarketWatch their plans could include termination. She added, says some 84% of hospital workers were fully vaccinated as of Wednesday. As of Sunday, some 88% of adult workers and some 89% of nursing home workers were fully vaccinated. So I say this for y'all because a lot of times that kind of stuff starts in one little place. And then all of a sudden you start seeing other places. The interview is up. It's posted in the group. Which group, Mom Life Love? Which group? Did you hear about Britney Spears? I'm happy she no longer being controlled. Yeah, I did hear that. Trust me, then. Healthcare workers will be Uber drivers and Instacart workers. Man, I know. What's going on? Just Sarah K. We used to cough to hide a fart. Now we fart to hide a cough. West Coast Bales. What's going on? Them healthcare workers can still survive. Uber drivers and Instacart workers. Oh my goodness. So that's a damn shame. They are essential and not vaccinated, though out this pandemic. But now they are disposable. That is not right. Yeah. And Keller Group. Okay, let me see. Let me pull this up for y'all. Let me see if I can share this. Let me see if y'all can see this. I know y'all want to see this interview. I kind of want to see it too. So hold on. Let me go here. Okay, let me see. Let me find this R. Kelly discussion group. All right, y'all, let's see here. All right, let me share this with y'all. Hold on.
And was a turning point for her.
All right, hold on. Let me share this with y'all so y'all can see it too. Share screen. Here we go.
And I look back at the interview that we did originally, and I'm wondering how you go from that young woman who was very clear, then I have no judgment here. I'm just trying to understand your process. It was consensual. She was in love with him. She felt he cared about her, to making the decision to take the stand against him.
I feel like that interview was a blessing because, you know, like I said, you know, for 5 years, since I was 17, I didn't have any relationships with any other woman except for women that he had been intimate with. And so when I did that interview with you, I instantly regretted immediately how I reacted. And
you did? You regretted it?
I did. And I don't know, something about just watching you be very casual and calm and collected. And it just reminded me of me. I was like, wait a minute. I used to be that poised. I used to be that calm. You know, what happened to that girl? Where did she go? Mm-hmm. And I, you know, after that interview, when we went back to Trump Towers, I knew that he knew that by seeing you, it has shifted something in me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Shifted to what?
It kind of made me kind of wake up in a sense and realize, why am I acting like this? Why am I putting myself through all of this misery? Why am I exploiting myself for a man whom has me in this position in the first place, you know? And I really had to come to terms and, you know, realize that it wasn't love. You know, love doesn't hurt, you know?
That was a question everybody was asking at the time. It was really remarkable to see her years later. I had more of our interview with Azriel Clare. Come on in, Azriel. Well, you look good.
Thank you. So do you.
Have a seat. I'll just start with this. I'm really glad to see you again. because I wasn't sure I'd ever get to talk to you again.
I'm very happy to be here and see you again as well.
It feels like a full circle moment to me. When we first met Azriel Clary in March of 2019, she had been living with R. Kelly for almost 5 years and was one of his fiercest supporters.
Because you guys don't know the truth. You guys are believing some facade that our parents are saying. This is all lies for money.
Clary and another woman, Joycelyn Savage, told us then that they were in a relationship with the embattled R&B singer. But Clary left the apartment she shared with Kelly in Chicago 7 months after our interview.
I was lost and I felt invisible, and I gave someone that control over me to basically make me do whatever it was that they wanted me to do and act however they wanted me to act.
During R. Kelly's trial, she testified that he began sexually abusing her when she was just 17 years old. At the time of the interview with us, were you afraid when you were sitting there talking to us?
I was. He did his interview first.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
He came in and he told us to be angry and be upset, and she's gonna try to do this and you gonna.
Oh, he told you that?
Yes, and so we came in angry.
So he told you be angry?
Yes, and I was scared because I was like, I don't want the world to see me this way, I don't. I'm loving, I'm caring, I'm compassionate, and no one got to see that side of me.
Yeah, it's interesting because your dad called me after and said, that is not my daughter. That is not who she is. That is not how she speaks. That is not what she believes. And during the trial, you testified that you said, I was not honest in the interview that you did with us.
Yeah.
What were you not honest about?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything, yes. Before that interview, he had us practicing every single day.
Wow. Practicing what?
Answering questions.
Wow.
And if he didn't like our answer, he would tell us exactly what to say and how to say it. So anytime you mention anything,
Azriel, I'm stunned by this.
Yeah.
So anytime you mention
anything about sexual preference, we already know to say, I'm not here to talk about that. Because that's what he told us to say every single
That's exactly what you said.
First of all, I'm not here to talk about my personal life. Okay. And I would never share with no one what I do in or outside of the bedroom.
So when the interview was over and you all go back to his apartment, the three of you, what is the conversation?
He was so happy.
He was happy?
He was so happy. He was like, you guys did amazing. You did so well. You carried yourself so well. I believe he even got food and wanted to celebrate. That's how happy he was with that interview. And I was just there like, wow.
What did he think about how he came across in the interview?
Truthfully, I think he believed that he had done well. He felt like he had really made a great reflection of himself and where he was in life, and how all these women were lying on him, and how all these people were just, out to get him, and, that sympathy card that he just loves so much.
Did you ever have conversations when he wasn't around to say, this is not good, this is not healthy, we got to get the hell out of here? Did you ever have any conversations like that? I
feel like a lot of people tried, but everyone always got beat over it because he was very good at manipulating the situation. So even if he knew or not, he would basically say, he could come in his room right now and he would say, I've already spoken to Joy. She already told me exactly what you guys have been talking about. You have 5 minutes to be honest, or you're going to be thrown around this entire room. Everything that we were living in had become very normal. And I had to break out of that. I had to realize that this is actually abnormal.
Yeah, the dysfunction was so prevalent that after a while it did feel normal to you?
It did, because it was not only me, it was other women who were older than me. When I met him at 17, he had 4 other women. And so these women are all normalizing his actions. And then you have assistants normalizing his actions, and you have workers and security and everyone else that normalizes it. So me being very young at that time, I just learned to normalize it.
What do you think anybody could have said or done to help you leave the situation sooner?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. I feel like that is something that I would have had to have woken up from myself, something that I would have had to realize on myself. And, you know, a lot of people don't realize with victims, the more you try to help them, the more it upsets them sometimes, you know.
Your interview stands out because you are one of the few who we've heard who defended him so vocally and so adamantly, and now ends up testifying against him. Well, your testimony was very key, Azriel, was very key. It was very graphic. It was very painful. Some of it was so graphic, the judge wouldn't even allow it to be released to the public. And I'm wondering what it was like for you sitting there, looking at him while you're testifying about what your life had been like with him.
I feel like it was very disturbing to have to relive those moments. And I don't know, a piece of me was happy because I felt like...
Happy?
Yeah, because I felt like this person no longer has control over me, you know? You don't tell me what to do and what to wear and where to go and how long to be in a room anymore, so.
I think the fact that you're sitting here today is very brave and very courageous that you would come back and sit down and want people to see who you really are.
I think it's very important, you know, even I have to take accountability for my actions. It's okay to reevaluate your life. It is okay to change your mind. You know, you are never too old to wake up and say, hey, I thought this was good for me, but it's actually not. And so I feel like that's why it was important for me to come back here and see you again, because it is okay to change your mind. It is okay to apologize and forgive yourself, more importantly. And that's really what I had to do.
R. Kelly, as you know, has long denied allegations of sexual misconduct with the underage girls. I'm happy to say that Azriel is in therapy. You know, she came to the interview alone, which surprised me. I thought somebody would be with her. She came by herself. When she testified, her therapist was with her in another room. And she knows that she still has a lot of work to do. But what happened to her, I was really glad to see her in such a different space, because what she's been through, when I say unspeakable things, I won't go there, only to say at one point feces are involved. Take your mind wherever you want to go, it's that graphic. The humiliation, the degradation that happened to this young woman, and the fact that she's still afraid because she's worried. She still gets death threats from R. Kelly's supporters. She lives in fear. And, you know, at the time, you know, she said very disparaging things against her family. She said, imagine, I hadn't seen anybody for 5 years. I'd never seen any other woman other than yourself who wasn't in an abusive relationship. That's why that made such a mark on her.
She said she gave him control. Which almost places the blame on herself.
On herself, yes.
Right. She realized at this age that he was manipulating her and that he actually took control.
Yeah, she realizes it now, though, Nate. But at the time, you know, he was very good in terms of grooming them.
For sure.
You know, and you would think that everything was fine. When we came to do that interview, he would say, oh, they're out shopping, which is what he would do. He would send them shopping, so they came back with all these shopping bags to show these people aren't being held against their will. They're happy. They're out shopping.
Having a great life.
Yes, yes. It's all very, very, very manipulative.
It's amazing. Well, listen, up next, Vlad.
Whew. Man. Thank God. Thank God for Azriel, man. Thank God for the truth finally being revealed. It took a lot of strength for her to go back and do that. Shout out to Azriel. You know, shout out to her strength as a queen. I knew just by the way she was in that Gail King interview, I was like, that's not her. That's not her. When you look at how she was on her Instagram and on her YouTube channels, you like, that's a whole different girl. So shout out, God bless her. I'm glad she's getting therapy. She did an amazing interview. That's true. And man, I'm glad she did that. All right. So y'all, let's cover some other things here that I wanted y'all to understand. This right here was a really, really, really crazy story to me. This guy was, y'all got to see this to believe it. I cannot make this stuff up. This guy here was found dead with a winning lottery ticket. A Michigan man was found dead on a private beach with a winning lottery ticket in his pocket. Authorities said Gregory Jarvis, 57, had won $45,000 playing at the state's club Keno game in a bar before his body washed up on the beach in Huron County. Friends of Mr. Jarvis said that he had not yet cashed in a lottery ticket because of an issue with his Social Security card, but had been in high spirits after the win, according to ABS 12. The alarm was raised when Mr. Jarvis did not show up for work, and 2 days later, his body was found by someone walking along the beach in Saginaw Bay. Cal Romzek, the police chief in Caseville, Michigan, said that the discovery of the lottery ticket prompted investigators to look carefully into the circumstances surrounding his death. We are thinking that he was tying up his boat, slipped and fell, hit his head, and that's where he ended up in the water. No foul play suspected, said Chief Romzek. He added, we were concerned about it, the lottery win, but after the autopsy and interviewed people at the bar, he was well liked around there. He was a nice guy, and it took that off the table. The autopsy shows Mr. Jarvis had injuries consistent with hitting his head on the boat and drowning. Friends say that he was planning on using the money to go and visit his father and sister in North Carolina. The Michigan Lottery Commission says the winners of the prizes of more than $600 have to provide a photo identification and a physical copy of their Social Security card to collect their winnings. Mr. Jarvis had previously lost his Social Security card and had applied for a new one. His family now has possession of the winning ticket. That is, woo. Wouldn't that be like you win a lottery, you go out to your boat, you slip, hit your head, drown with the lottery ticket in your pocket? That is crazy. God bless his family. God bless his family. So can the next of kin get the winning ticket? I'm not sure. Yes, so I guess his family got the ticket. So I'm not sure. Now, y'all, here's something that I found to be really, really, really crazy. Check this out. I can't make this up, y'all. I can't make this up. Let me share this with y'all. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, here we go.
The LASIK Vision Institute, that freedom could be yours. We're making LASIK even more affordable with 20% off LASIK for those treated in August.
The moment that I was able to see for the first time, I did ask myself, wow, why did I wait so long?
Go to lvideals.com to schedule your free consultation at the LASIK Vision Institute and find out if LASIK is right for you. Visit lvideals.com.
Don't wait a second more.
YouTube says it has had enough of vaccine misinformation on its site.
Well, the company is taking down anti-vaccine videos and banning major accounts because it says it needs to, quote, remove egregious, harmful content. NBC News senior reporter Brandy Zadrowski joins us now. Brandy, thanks so much for being with us. What was the final straw for YouTube? Why is the company acting right now?
Yeah, anti-vaccine misinformation has always really thrived on YouTube. Really, for over a decade, anti-vaccine creators have moved there after traditional media decided to no longer cover them. And the content was actually so rampant that pro-vaccine advocacy organizations, they were actually forced off the platform as far back as 2008. So the difference now is obviously COVID. YouTube explained it to me in a blog post, and they said, this is a quote, "We've steadily seen false claims about the coronavirus vaccines spill over into misinformation about vaccines in general, and we're now at a point where it's more important than ever to expand the work we started with COVID-19 to other vaccines."
So we know then that YouTube is taking down some of the big names in the anti-vaxxer community. What about the smaller channels that are still out there, that are still operating?
Yeah, this is a challenge. I heard the good doctor say that we need to take down, the big disinformation agents, but a lot of the smaller anti-vaccine misinformation is still there. Listen, banning all anti-vaccine content, it's not going to be easy. It's a complicated content moderation problem because anti-vaxxers are very good at evading the platforms. And so we're just going to have to wait to see how well they do. It's important to note that anti-vaxxers have been very open about the fact that they were going to use COVID as a way in to raise money, to grow their base, and they're not just going to go away now.
All right, Brandy Zadrozny, we appreciate your reporting on this. Thank you.
Look, I look at it like this. When these jobs are starting to mandate people to get the vaccine in order to, they feel like it's going to make their workplace safer or make their customers safer, it's going to have some type of ripple effect. And pretty much that's exactly what's going on. They're about to start chopping these channels down that are doing this, that are saying, hey, don't be getting the vaccine is this, the vaccine is that. So they let you know. There's an article in NBC News that the CDC issues urgent alert to pregnant women needs to get the vaccine. Sarah Kay said, we are at the third stage with our vaccines and boosters are rolling out before winter here. I had both mine in February. That's what it is. Now, y'all, did y'all know this right here? Did y'all have any idea that we were about to get attacked by China? Look at this.
At Blackstone, we invest to accelerate growth, backing the companies and empowering the leaders, changing the way we connect, advancing the innovations and breakthroughs transforming the world. At Blackstone, investing is about accelerating growth for good.
Mr. Chairman, I've served this nation for 42 years. I've spent years in combat, and I've buried a lot of my troops who died while defending this country. My loyalty to this nation, its people, and the Constitution hasn't changed and will never change as long as I have a breath to give. My loyalty is absolute, and I will not turn my back on the fallen. With respect to the Chinese calls, I routinely communicated with my counterpart, General Lee, with the knowledge and coordination of civilian oversight. I am specifically directed to communicate with the Chinese by Department of Defense guidance, the policy dialogue system. These military-to-military communications at the highest level are critical to the security of the United States in order to deconflict military actions, manage crisis, and prevent war between great powers that are armed with the world's most deadliest weapons. The calls on 30 October and 8 January were coordinated before and after with Secretary Esper and Acting Secretary Miller's staffs and the interagency. The specific purpose of the October and January calls were generated by concerning intelligence, which caused us to believe the Chinese were worried about an attack on them by the United States. I am certain that President Trump did not intend to attack the Chinese, and it is my directed responsibility, and it was my directed responsibility by the Secretary to convey that intent to the Chinese. My task at that time was to de-escalate. My message again was consistent. Stay calm, steady, and de-escalate. We are not going to attack you. At Secretary of Defense Esper's direction, I made a call to General Lee on 30 October. 8 people sat in that call with me, and I read out the call within 30 minutes of the call ending. On 31 December, the Chinese requested another call with me. The Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Asia Pacific Policy helped coordinate my call, which was then scheduled for 8 January, and he made a preliminary call on 6 January. 11 people attended that call with me, and readouts of this call were distributed to the interagency that same day. Shortly after my call ended with General Lee, I personally informed both Secretary of State Pompeo and White House Chief of Staff Meadows about the call, among other topics. Soon after that, I attended a meeting with Acting Secretary Miller, where I briefed him on the call. Later that same day, on 8 January, Speaker of the House Pelosi called me to inquire about the president's ability to launch nuclear weapons. I sought to assure her that nuclear launch is governed by a very specific and deliberate process. She was concerned and made various personal references characterizing the president. I explained to her that the president is the sole nuclear launch authority and he doesn't launch them alone, and that I am not qualified to determine the mental health of the President of the United States. There are processes, protocols, and procedures in place, and I repeatedly assured her that there is no chance of an illegal, unauthorized, or accidental launch. By presidential directive and Secretary of Defense directives, the chairman is part of the process to ensure the president is fully informed when determining the use of the world's deadliest weapons. By law, I am not in the chain of command, and I know that. However, by presidential directive and DoD instruction, I am in the chain of communication to fulfill my legal statutory role as the president's primary military advisor. After the Speaker Pelosi call, I convened a short meeting in my office with key members of my staff to refresh all of us on the procedures which we practice daily at the.
So I didn't know we were that close. I didn't know that we were that close to having China react. Can y'all imagine what would have happened if we would have had, let's say, I don't think if 1 million planes came this way to attack us, I don't think we have the capability to kill or shoot all of them down. I don't think anybody can handle that type of firepower. China is a very formidable force. And so I didn't know that. I knew that there was diplomatic talks, but I didn't know it was that serious to where the Chinese was feeling like they was about to get attacked. So they was about to attack us first. I didn't know that. So that's crazy. Like, I like to learn that kind of stuff. Now this right here, have y'all seen these kids got these crazy little TikTok challenges, the crate challenge, all kind of stuff. This is a new thing that they got going on right now, and I think it's just insanely stupid. If your kids are doing this kind of stuff, please tell them to stop. Police warn of dangerous game where people ride on the backs of semi-trucks down the interstate. As y'all see, right here, what kind of game is this? Let's read this. It says the Atlanta police is putting out a warning over a new game that has taken off across several social media platforms. The APD said that they have been made aware of several cases where people are being recorded riding on the backs of moving semi-trucks on Atlanta interstates. We realize this may come off as a surprise to some, but riding on the outside of a semi-truck that is going 65 to 70 miles an hour, or any moving vehicle on I-285 and I-75 or any other road at any speed is a death wish of sorts. The department said in a post on its Facebook page, these acts put not only the stowaway clinging to the massive truck at risk, but the drivers behind the next in the violated truck are also in danger. They are all asking anyone that may see this ongoing to call 911 immediately. There is nothing humorous about jeopardizing the safety of drivers or persons, the department said. We take these incidents serious, and we want to send a strong message to those that continue to put Atlanta on the map or on the ground for things that don't serve our greater good, make us better, or uplift our city. Y'all, please tell your kids, don't be doing stupid stuff like this. Like, let me see what y'all saying. What's wrong with people busting up people's property, slavery challenges, some of them. Good morning, Keely. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Faith, how you doing? Good morning, ma'am. Daughter of the Most High. Good morning. Good morning. Said the world is getting crazier. H. Smith said, oh, Lord, idiots. I heard that once. Man, this has been going on for months. Saw the videos on Instagram. Morning to all. Hold up. Lady Boo says, oh, I thought you was talking about the one where they just be busting people's windows and breaking their own things in their houses, busting the wall down. I seen that one too. Dumb, somebody going to fall off. They used to do that here in the back of the bus until somebody fell off and got ran over. It's the first I heard. Just stupid. I'm lost for words too. Slavery challenge. What the hell? What is a slavery challenge? Some do it to post videos online. I've seen videos on YouTube with kids riding the tops on the back of trains. Good grief. What up, Toon? West Coast Bell said, see, my kids would never. They smart and wouldn't risk hurting themselves for a challenge. Man, listen. These kids get around their friends trying to impress them. You'd be surprised some of the crazy stuff they do. Now, here's the last thing I want to cover with y'all. This generation is something else. Yes, it is. Here's the last thing I want to cover with y'all. And I think this is a very, very interesting story. It definitely makes you wonder how this happened. So check this out. So this family, they left the United States to live the beach life and save money. Take a look at what they eat, spend, and do in a week. So this family here left to go to, let's read it. In 2016, my family and I left Chicago to start a life outside the United States. We spent 2 years in Mazatlan, Mexico, and now live in Antigua, an island in the Eastern Caribbean Sea. A lot of people dream of doing what we did, but don't feel ready to make that jump. They often ask what it's like to live on the beach. I tell them how much we enjoy the slower pace of life. We have We've since fallen into a beautiful flow centered around our children and passions, where it's impossible to document everything. Here's what we do, eat, and spend a typical week. With kids, the weekdays are pretty busy. Once my alarm goes off at 5 a.m., I try to start my day with either a walk or a jog along the beach. I love the cool island breeze and watching. Of course, the kids are 8, 9, and 10. The mornings are always busy. We have simple breakfast at home, cereal, scrambled eggs, and some fruit. We spend an average of $150 a week on groceries and try to eat most of our meals at home. That's pretty average. Okay. We're out the door to school. Monthly tuition is $200 per kid, and we're pleased with the level of education they receive. The kids also like it and have made lots of friends from all over the world. Hold on. Let's see here. This summer, they enjoyed a soccer camp for $60 per child each week. They learned to dribble, pass, and score goals. Okay. Later in the day, we might stop by a local fruit stand for bananas and avocados. We also love mangoes in the season. A bag of 6 mangoes costs about $3.75. So it says here, after we drop off the kids, my husband and I are off to work. He's a professor in the education enhancement department at American University in Antigua. People love bringing their laptops to the beach, but I prefer to sit on my patio where it's quiet and sand-free. And as a business coach or for entrepreneurs, my work relies heavily on a good internet connection. Unlimited high-speed fiber internet here costs $120 per month. I usually work from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on weekdays and sometimes weekends if I'm hosting a video training. So let me see. Since we're saving so much money here compared to the United States, we've been able to hire housekeepers at about $45 a week to help with some deep cleaning around the house. But there's much to do on our end. Every 6 months, my husband is in charge of refilling our 100-pound propane tank that we use for cooking, which costs about 57 cents, and we spend $3.70 to fill up our 5-gallon water jugs each week. Cleaning up after our pandemic puppy and kitten also takes quite a bit of time. So let's see here. So they dry their clothes, put their clothes out online. One thing about living on an island with nearly 365 days of beautiful weather is that I've stopped using the clothes dryer. This saves us about $150 per month in electricity bills while also reducing our carbon footprint. As parents, we believe it's important to connect with one another and talk about the things other than the kids. So every month, my husband and I make a point to spend time together. I'll grab coffee and food at a local cafe. I will grab coffee, food, local cafe. We enjoy some waffles or traditional Antiguan breakfast of saltfish, hard-boiled eggs, and plantains. A nice sit-down meal runs about $15 per person. Okay. Food look pretty good. They have Friday night pizzas. You see the kids here. So this is pretty much just how they live their life on a beach. I can imagine the money that they are saving by living on the beach. Definitely different. Huh. Okay. I thought that was pretty interesting. I was thinking it would be a lot more crazy than that, though. I thought they would have a lot more of a crazy story than that. But it looks pretty normal. It doesn't sound too crazy. But that's all right. I can do all this, what the article talking about here in Delaware. I have Merriam Maids too. I have a beach in close proximity. That's what's up. Well, y'all listen. Thank y'all for coming over here today. Today we're gonna get back into the testimony with Angela and the government, and then I'm sure the cross-examination with Kanik and them is gonna happen after that. I will post when I can go live. Today is going to be a very busy day for me work-wise, but I will let y'all know. I will be live today. It will be probably a little later. If I can do a pop-up, I will post it. At least give y'all 30 minutes or an hour advance notice, okay? Well, listen, man, y'all have a blessed day. Thank y'all for coming over today. Please, please, please. Hey, Tiffany Brown, how you doing? Please, y'all, try to encourage somebody else. Try to call somebody you ain't called in a long time and just call them and tell them you love them. Let's try to spread love today. Okay. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. I'll see y'all later. Peace.